Hi, this is Sean Driscoll with another edition of Lead the Way. Well, it's that time of year again where we are wrapping up, and one word seems to be on everyone's mind. One little four-letter word, and that four-letter word is plan. I'm getting requests from clients and strategy session bookings, and all the requests center around wanting to have a solid plan ready to roll heading into the new year. So I thought what I would do is a two-part Lead the Way. I'll give you part one of the strategic planning approach today, and in a future issue, 2 weeks from now, we will go ahead and do the second part of the planning strategy. So grab a sheet of paper, get a pen, and be ready to take some action working on your plan in the next 15 minutes. This video will be short, and you can pause it at key points to do the pieces, or you can watch the whole thing and do the exercise of your planning at the end. All right. So the key thing about the plan that I want to say is that the best laid plans are not some whiteboard thing, looking at the new year and starting from zero. Unless this is your first year in business and you've never done anything before, and really even in that situation, you're never truly starting from a completely blank sheet of paper. So the most important step in planning, in my opinion, is to put closure on the current year, to put a bow on it. And in order to do that, you want to take some inventory. So today in part one, I'm going to walk you through the process of really taking an inventory of the current year and then using that as a solid base, a solid platform with which you will build your 2013 or your New Year plan. So in order to do that, the first place that I want you to start is here with wins. I'd love for you to write down between 6 and 12 big wins that you feel were accomplished in 2012 in this current year. You may have to go back to your calendar, you may have to refresh your memory because we do tend to think only about what's happened recently, and stretching all the way back to January may seem like, what did I accomplish? But this is a really important step in the process, and one that I don't want you to skip over. So take the time to jot down and really reflect on what wins did you put on the board this year? What did go well for you? These do not all have to be hard, measurable, tangible wins. These can be internal wins, intangible wins. These can be shifts in your thinking, growth that you had, learning that you finally got, right? So capture all the wins, and that's really the first brick in the foundation of your plan, is to really anchor and claim, here's what I did accomplish this year. Because the tendency when you're thinking about planning for the new year is to come at it from a place of all the things you didn't get done this year, all the things that you didn't quite accomplish, the places where maybe you missed the mark. And I want to take that off the table. This is not about grading yourself on what didn't get done. This is about really claiming, what wins did I put on the board? What did all my time and energy and focus and resources result in? Claim those and jot those down. The second piece of your plan and of really anchoring and putting closure to the current year is gratitude. Nothing is more powerful, frankly, to opening the door to more opportunities, to more flow, to more wonderful things heading into a new year than to be in gratitude about what came your way this year. So take an inventory. Again, you can do 6 to 12 things. You can go further if you're on a roll. What are those 6 to 12 things that you are so grateful for this year? Who are the people? What are the situations? What is the level of support, the opportunities, the resources, the insights, whatever it is? What are you grateful for? And what will you look back on this past year and say, wow, you know, that was really awesome. I'm so grateful for that. Anchor your gratitudes. Those two pieces alone will begin to elevate your energy. And that's really what we want moving into planning for the opportunities in the future, is we want to come at it from a place of positive energy, a place of gratitude, and a place of knowing we're capable of accomplishing amazing things. On the small level amazing and on the big level amazing. So that's what the purpose of these two pieces are and why it's so important that we do this first. The next piece of your planning is to anchor down the shifts and the lessons that you learned in this calendar year that you think will help shape who you're becoming and where you're going in the new calendar year. So what were the internal shifts? Who did you have to be, or what belief did you have to shift, or what approach did you have to change in order to put these wins on the board and draw in these things that you're so grateful for? Because we're constantly learning and growing, and it's so important to anchor those down. So that would be the third piece of really putting closure to the year, is looking at and identifying the key shifts in how you were being, what you were thinking, how you were feeling, and what you were doing, the action you were taking that brought the wins. Because those are things that you'll want to carry into your future planning. The last piece of bringing closure to this part of the process, to the inventorying part of the process, is opportunities. What are those current opportunities that you have hovering about you right now? What are the inquiries? What are the conversations that you might have had a couple of months ago that you kind of said, let's put a pin in it and we'll carry on this conversation as the new year comes closer? What are the leads or the proposals or the projects you've put out there that you haven't completely closed the loop on? What are the opportunities that you know exist for you to start setting some things in motion now for major momentum in the new year, right? Take inventory of that. You'll be amazed probably at how much opportunity is sitting right in front of you that you might be looking over because you've already put your mind on the new year, right? You've already started thinking about, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff to do next year and I need to be ready and I want to do this project and that project, and you haven't fully tied up your loose ends here, right? So take that inventory and take that step back and look at the amazing things that are right in front of you right now that you could use to, again, bring some closure to this year and set up a really solid start to the new year. Once you've done your inventory pieces of your wins, your gratitudes, your shifts and learnings, and your opportunities, then I want you to narrow yourself down to just 3 things. 3 simple things. Your plan does not have to be complicated. The more complicated it is, the less likely you'll do it and the more overwhelming it will be. So what are 3 simple things that you can do between now and the close of this calendar year to really bring completion to the current year and set you up with confidence and energy and joy and clarity heading into the new year? Just 3 things. And write them down in the center of your plan. Let these hold your focus for the next few weeks. This process will really help elevate your energy and your clarity at this stage of the planning process. In the next video that I'll bring to you in just a couple of weeks, we'll go into a more strategic planning process for how to anchor down and get clear about your top priorities and your next best steps so that you can go into the new year feeling confident and clear and knowing exactly what to do. Until next time, this is Shawn Driscoll. Lead a life of difference.